Every gilded cage is built with walls of comfort. The only question is what you're paying for them.
You know, for as long as we humans have been around, we've been looking up at the stars and looking for something more. We're searching for hidden truths, for a deeper meaning to it all. It's this timeless, fundamental quest, and that's exactly what we're diving into. So, a lot of spiritual traditions, a lot of ancient texts, they all kind of say the same thing. This big secret we're all looking for, it's not hiding in some far-off place. Nope, they say it's already inside you. It's been there the whole time.
But what if that's not the whole story? What if that truth is separate from us? I mean, what if it's being actively guarded, hidden away for centuries by powerful secret societies?
And that leads us down our first rabbit hole, these organizations, the so-called keepers of secrets, the groups that build entire systems just to protect and maybe even control that hidden knowledge. Okay, so let's look at two totally different flavors of secret societies. On one side, you've got the Jesuits. They call themselves God's soldiers. Think absolute obedience, vows of poverty, all for a divine mission. Then, on the other hand, you have the Bavarian Illuminati. These guys were masters of influence. Their whole game plan? Recruit powerful Freemasons to basically take over entire lodges from the inside. So you've got devotion versus domination, wildly different goals. And this whole thing isn't just ancient history. Take a look at Skull and Bones at Yale. Their power is all about who they don't let in, that exclusivity. Their headquarters is literally called the Tomb, this big, intimidating building. And that kind of secrecy, well, it's the perfect fuel for conspiracy theories. I mean, people claim they control everything, even the CIA. All right, so secret societies. That's a human thing, right? People guarding secrets from other people. But let's zoom out for a second. What if the biggest secrets aren't guarded by anyone? What if they're written right into the very fabric of the cosmos itself? This brings us to our second big idea, the universe's secret code. The hunt for some kind of cosmic blueprint, a secret language that could explain everything, from how stars are born to how our own DNA works. And right at the core of this is something called secret geometry. Now, this is way more than your high school math class. It's this ancient belief that certain shapes and patterns aren't just pretty, they are literally the architecture of reality. The idea is, if you can decipher that code, you can understand the mind of the creator. And ancient people, they saw this code everywhere. Take the followers of Mithraism. When they looked up at the night sky, they didn't just see a bunch of twinkling dots. They saw their most sacred story playing out. The bull they worshipped? That's the constellation Taurus. The Scorpius? Scorpius. For them, the whole sky was like a giant sacred storybook. This same idea applies to ancient texts, too. For mystics, a book like the Kabbalistic Zohar isn't just a collection of stories. Think of it more like a complex computer code or a multi-layered puzzle. They believe every single word, every letter, is a key that can unlock the secrets of God and creation. But only if you know how to read it. But the code isn't always a picture or a story. Sometimes it's just a number. A number, like 7. Think about it. This number just pops up everywhere. You've got the 7 days of creation, the 7 types of sacrifices in Vedic rituals. Kabbalah talks about 7 holy forms of God. And then you get to the book of Revelation and it's just 777. 7 seals, 7 trumpets, 7 plagues. It's like this number is hardwired into the cosmos to mean something big, something complete. Okay, so we've looked at secret societies and we've looked at the secret code of the universe. We've been looking out there. But what if we've been looking in the wrong direction? What if the real map isn't in the stars or in some ancient book, but it's actually within us all along? And that brings us to our third and final path, the journey inward. The idea here is that truth isn't something you go out and find. It's something you unlock from inside your own consciousness. The ancient term for this is Gnosis. It was central to traditions like Manichaeism, and the core belief is super radical, even today. It says that real truth, real salvation, doesn't come from a priest or a book. It comes from a direct, personal flash of insight, that moment of knowing that just clicks deep inside you. And believe me, this ancient idea is alive and well.
You hear it all the time in modern spiritual movements. It's this shift in thinking. You're not trying to learn something new, you're trying to remember something you've always had. It's like the quote says, you're not learning to attract, you are remembering that you've always been magnetic. So you might be thinking, okay, great, but how do I actually do that? Well, here's a look at a modern practice. And the key thing here, the really important part, isn't about forcing an answer or asking the perfect question. It's about letting go. It's about getting quiet enough to just listen for the wisdom that's already there.
So, secret societies, cosmic codes, the truth within. These are some seriously powerful ideas, but there's a dark side. What happens when that intense, personal quest for absolute truth leads to absolute darkness?
Yeah, for every journey towards enlightenment, there's a cautionary tale waiting in the wings. This is about what happens when that search for hidden knowledge gets twisted, when the desire for certainty becomes an excuse for control and for violence.
I mean, just look at these two groups. You have the Thuggee cult in ancient India and the Order of the Solar Temple in modern Europe and Canada. Totally different times, different places, but the pattern is disturbingly similar. The Thuggees saw ritual murder as a command from a goddess. The Solar Temple saw murder-suicide as a necessary trip to a star. In both cases, their secret truth gave them permission to kill.
And for the Order of the Solar Temple, that absolute conviction in their hidden truth, it led to this. 74 people dead.
What's really chilling is how fast it all fell apart. The order was founded in 84 with this grand story about being heirs to the Knights Templar. But just 10 years later, it all implodes into murder and mass suicide. By 1997, it's over. It's just a terrifying example of where blind faith can lead. So, let's pull it all together. We've walked down 3 different paths, all on the same quest. There's the path of society, chasing secrets guarded by the powerful few, the path of the cosmos, trying to decode the blueprint of reality, and the path of the self, the journey inside to find the wisdom within. Which really leaves us with one last big question. This eternal search, this human need for hidden knowledge, is it a genuine path to enlightenment? Or is it possible that it's all just an endless maze we've built for ourselves? Maybe because we're afraid to face a much simpler, and maybe scarier, truth about who we really are.